I think it's actually the fact that no matter if you make a big budget indie or a small budget indie, when you lose money, there's financiers who are never going to invest in film again, and it's a tough thing. It's when commerce and art collide. Even if you make your film for $100,000 and you get to go to all film festivals, and I think we were very fortunate to be able to somehow raise the money and make something on celluloid and show it. But it's also a business, and that's something that I think we learned right away, is that, you can do it for all the right reasons, but at the end of the day, someone gets hurt financially.
So you're saying that some of you burned the bridges for the next generation? Or?
It was tough because I remember raising money for Better Luck Tomorrow. I couldn't, first of all, I didn't know anybody. Nobody would even, as soon as they hear Asian American, they're like, screw you, Or change it to white. That was the big thing, So yeah, I think there is a reason why we're all, it's so hard. Even today, I think it's very difficult to make a film.
One thing, although, not only is it easier to make films now, but I think music also, everything is, you can do it on a computer so easily. A lot of you guys actually used, bands, which that doesn't happen anymore, Like you guys actually found songs by bands that happen to be Asian American. So there was that aspect as well, I thought, tying together this, different scenes of Asian Americans maybe. Does anyone want to talk about that? Soo Young helped you, Rhea, right?
Yeah.
He's the singer for a band called Scene.
Yeah. I guess they're not together anymore. But,
he's in Singapore.
Yeah, he's in Singapore. He's a programmer.
Yeah, but that's just gossip. You guys are back to movies.
Yes, he did too. It was kind of exciting because, well, we shot in Chicago, and there were a lot of really interesting bands in Chicago at that point. There was Scene. There was this guy, Bundy Brown, who was working with Tortoise, and Squash Blossoms. Chioko Yoshida was working. So there was, so then we sort of like, oh, this would be great, synergy. We'll work with these bands and put their music in the film. And it was really, it was fun. I guess the thing is like sort of trying to resolve this thing about art and commerce, it was great. It was great fun to work with them, and it was great. It was a really great experience. I think I remember going to Rotterdam and going to some of these film markets, and this woman from Samuel Goldwyn, I guess they're not in existence anymore, but she came up and she said, so do the actors in your film speak English? Like, are there subtitles? Are there subtitles in your film? And I'm like, the whole thing is in English. It's an American film. She's like, oh, well, you said Asian. I said it's Asian American. So it was like, oh, well, you said, yeah, there's your Japanese cast here, and I'm like, yeah, but they're all speaking in English. It was just like sort of like, huh?
Yeah, I had that too.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay, I gotta ask Eric and Mike something, because they're being on this. Well, yeah, you guys are being too quiet. So tell us about recutting. That wasn't just for this festival? This is something that's been going on. Like, why revisit this old wound? Why pick away at the scab?
Well, we tried to recut it years ago.
Yeah, he did. I don't know anything about this really.
We actually went out back to Watson, to the place where we shot Original Next Week. A couple years later, we found the original actor in there, and we shot some stuff with them to fill in some of the gaps that we felt were there. And so I guess I started editing, re-editing again, and computer crashed, so I lost everything. So that kind of killed my motivation to do that. And then we've been talking about it here and there for the last couple of years. Just never got around to it, and then finally Quentin called and said, hey, we're doing this thing, and I said, oh, you know what, we've been wanting to recut it, so maybe I'll just give you a recut of it. And then he says, oh, okay, you could open. I was like, oh, okay.
That's why they opened. Okay.
So, and then in the end, I contacted Soo Young and put a bunch of his songs in the movie and some others. So now it's recut.
It was like the opposite of George Lucas in Star Wars, though. Instead of adding special effects and bonus scenes, you stripped stuff out.
Yeah, we took it from 96 minutes to 77 now, or something like that.
Were you giving me a sign over there or something?
Sorry, yeah. Last question.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Let's take one question from the crowd then. Up there in the white shirt is the first person I saw.
Can you guys, like, each of you kind of go through what you're working on now or what you're planning on?
Okay, the question is, what are you doing now?
Yeah, my film People I've Slept With will be world premiering at Hawaii Film Festival in 2 weeks, in October 18th. So it's going to be going around the festival circuit, so please look out for it. And I'm just doing this and that, shooting shorts and whatever.
Putting on a film fest.
Putting on a film festival.
But I've been just kind of playing around. I just shot an episode of Community, which is a really great show. It's fun to like find a great show and say, you know, I want to be part of it, and then they let you be a part of it. And trying to decide what to do this coming year. I'll probably go back to another studio film because I'm still kind of developing and writing and stuff for the indie stuff.
I finished the movie a couple of years ago, and then I'm writing a script right now.
What's it about?
It's a comedy. I don't know how to talk about it yet, you know. So.
It's a secret, I get it. Okay.
No, it's not. It's just I haven't. I'm not. Yeah, it's still just. It's not. It's sort of defining itself as I go. Yeah.
Okay, well, keep us up to date. Bria?
Let's see, well, I've been teaching the last couple of years. I'm a film professor at Temple University, and I've been working on a feature script for a while, and I'm starting a doc project, and I've been doing a lot of photography and thinking about doing some kind of installation projects with photography and sound and stuff, so.
All right. Eric?
Not really doing any film stuff much, except for fun, whatever, messing around with a flip cam type of thing. But other than that, I'm just doing my normal work, my day job. So maybe someday or not.
I think a trailer showed earlier before this month, and I connected with a group called Sin House, and we have a little small movie coming out next year, and starring Genie One up on top. So keep
What's
looking out for
it
that.
called?
It's called Strangers.
What is that website?
Strangers.
There's
I'm
no
trying to
website.
keep promote.
Yeah, Quentin's gonna distribute the movie, so.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, everyone, for coming and watching the movie and sticking around.